Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first video in this video series on Mulesoft. If you haven't heard about it, kindly take a minute or two to find your answers on the internet. This is an introductory video on this technology Mulesoft, which is super trendy right now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please subscribe. So let's start. So this technology Mulesoft has been around for quite some time. Founded in 2006, thousands of developers from EA's IPM practice came across this magnificent tool, and since then they have been using Mulesoft, which is an integration middleware SaaS and a PaaS-based service. This tool was recently acquired by Salesforce, and slowly people are recognizing its potential and the role it plays in data migration and API-led architectural services. This tool is primarily used among service-based industries like Wipro, Deloitte, Infosys, Cognizant, and endless other medium to small scale startups. So what does Mulesoft has to offer? You can develop world-class APIs, perform data conversion, logging, monitoring, create notification and alerts, and you have full control of your application deployments on cloudhub. Mulesoft also provides you a powerful native language called as DataV for doing your data conversions. So before going any further, we should first know what is an API. So an API is an acronym for Application Programming Interface, which is a software intermediary that allows two or more applications to talk to each other, unlike a typical client and server architecture. So when you use Facebook, Google Maps, Uber Maps, or any bulk SMS services, you would have definitely used an API without knowing it. Most APIs are commonly based on two different types of web services. The first one is REST, and the second one is SOAP-based web services. The SOAP transactions use XML in its entirety, but for now, we will discuss on REST services. So what is REST? It's an acronym for Representational State Transfer. So it's basically a kind of method of accessing your resources. This is what representation means in general. So what is the second part? State transfer. This means that your end application or server does not store any previous information of the state of the API call made to its service. It would not know or won't bother to look at its previous transactions which had underwent. This kind of approach enables you to access your resources without any limit or boundaries. So now let's see an example of how a resource actually looks like. This part, so from dummy.restapi example.com, this is the domain name, API/v1 is your base URI, path, and employees is your resource. So while you're trying to access your resource employees from this REST service, you get a response with all the list of employees which that application has under its hood. So what is a resource? A resource is something which is more of a hypothetical box which holds on to various types of data. So these are the different data formats resources use: JSON, XML, CSV, Java, or plain/text files. So when you develop your applications in Mulesoft, you have these options as your app deployment targets. On-premises, cloudhub, Mule Runtime Fabric. You can deploy your applications via these three options: Anypoint Studio, through Anypoint Platform Web UI, through Mule Maven plugin. So let's discuss about on-premises. On-premises helps you to have a dedicated isolated server at your own location for your app deployments. The main goal of this approach is to help yourself with added security, cost cuttings, expandable storages, and more. CloudHub, on the other hand, limits you to use application storage space, which Mulesoft data centers has to offer. Moving on to the API design language, so for us to develop our application in Anypoint Studio, which is our IDE SaaS based service, we must first develop our application's design via Anypoint Platform. This design tells us, the developers, about how to use your Mule app in the first place. It contains the methods, resources, examples, data types, schemas, and security enforcing features. It not only helps the developers to use it, but also acts as a contract medium which needs to be fulfilled in order to access the application resources. So the design is made in these three data formats: RAML, YAML, OAS Swagger. All of these three follows the same indentation model based languages. RAML is an acronym for RESTful APIs Modeling Language. YAML is yet another modeling language. OS Swagger is an acronym for Open API Specification. Once you're done with your design using one of these three options, you can later export the design to your Anypoint Studio IDE and finish your full application deployment there. You can push your design to Anypoint Exchange, which I will show you in the next part. That is the place for proper documentation for the design you did. So these are the platform features which Anypoint Mulesoft has to offer: One-time Manager, Design Center, API Manager, VPCs, and load balancers. We will go through each of these topics separately in a separate session. So finally, this is the general Mule architecture you have. So you have a source and a target, and in between you have Mulesoft, which is our middleware. On a broader note, middleware integrations is nothing but a software which acts as a bridge between operating systems or database and other middleware applications, especially on a network. There are other middleware services apart from Mulesoft, such as IBM Worklight, Microsoft Bitstock, SAP NetWeaver, Apache Camel, IIB. Mulesoft can effectively communicate with other cloud integrations and services such as Azure, AWS, Salesforce, etc. I hope you got some idea about Mulesoft and other middleware technologies in a general sense. We will meet on our next video, so don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.